Good afternoon. My name is Seth Montgomery, and I thank you for giving me this opportunity to spend a few minutes with you discussing the Rural Policy 3.0 program. To start off, I want to ask you a question. What do you think of when you think of a rural community? Perhaps you think of the old farmer that simply is doing the best for him and his family, trying to cut a living out of the ground that he grew up on. Perhaps you think of a larger agricultural operation and that utilizes large machinery and harvests massive acres. Perhaps you think of small towns bustling with business, or talking about mom and pop shops that have been there since you were a kid. Or perhaps the real communities you think of are those that have seen better days, those that are ran down and desolate, those that are on the edge of extinction. This is what we're talking about when we discuss the future of the rural community. And what I want us to discuss is the idea of remembering the rural community and the Rural 3.0 policy. The fact of the matter is that rural Kansas is dying. There is a progressive decrease in the population of rural Kansas over the past 40 years. In 1980, the rural Kansas was estimated to be over 1 million people. However, in 2020, that number has fell to 900,000, which accounts for a 9.2% drop in population rate. If you would contrast that with the increase of population of Kansas urban centers, which has shown a 44% increase over the same span of time. Of course, there's multiple factors attributing to the population change. However, the one that we are focusing on is the idea that rural individuals are unable to receive the adequate services needed to sustain an acceptable quality of life due to a lack of social work professionals willing to live and work in the rural setting. Factors that lead to this conclusion are numerous, but the ones that we want to focus on are that rural communities already contain a proportionally larger number of low income, high risk individuals that need increased services. There are rural communities that do not have adequate resources available to properly care for its community members. The rural settings require a generalist approach that does not always allow for a concentrated educational approach. The rural lifestyle is unique and may limit the number of social workers willing to relocate to a rural setting. And so, if you ask yourself, how do we save the rural community? How do we create a sustainable economic and relative community that can support itself? What I would like you to consider is the Rural Policy 3.0 initiative, making rural communities competitive through offering services and opportunities that urban areas simply cannot match. For so many years, people have used this idea that we need to equal the urban environment. We need to do things that are equal to an urban setting, and that has not been successful for the rural environment. In fact, over those past 40 years, we've seen a decline because a rural community cannot simply match what an urban environment offers. But what it can do is utilize the resources that it does have to maximize its attractiveness to potential residents. The goal of the Rural Policy 3.0 initiative is the long-term sustainability of the rural community by maximizing the resources rural communities have and by creating a collaboration between communities to support the sustainability of others. So what does that mean? That means that we are going to use the resources rural communities already have, whether it's land, whether it's community safety, whether it's an increase in quality of life, historical significance, whatever our rural community has to offer, we are going to maximize those resources. We are going to invest funding into them. We're going to invest advertisement dollars into them. We are going to help support them to create a new growth potential in rural communities, using those as investment opportunities to create new growth in the communities. So what do we need from you? We need from you to invest in the Rural Policy 3.0 program. We need for government programs to offer financial support to these rural initiatives. No longer is rural support equal to agricultural subsidiaries. No longer is a rural community focused on such an agricultural need. I think that is a mistake that most have made up to this point. The need is to invest in the resources that these communities already offer. What do we hope to achieve? We hope to achieve a healthy and vibrant rural community able to meet the needs of its residents and promote a healthy lifestyle for generations to come. You have the opportunity to change the future of a rural community. When you think of a rural community, what comes to mind? Perhaps moving forward with the Rural Policy 3.0 initiative, we can have a community that is vibrant. We can create a community that is self-sustaining. We can have a community that meets the needs of its residents for generations to come. I hope that you consider the Rural Policy 3.0 initiative. If you're willing to invest in this opportunity, please let me know and we can further discuss how we can make this a reality. I thank you for your time and I hope you have a good day.